Preview. You're listening to The Sizzle on Iron Skillet Radio and Iron Skillet Television.
You know who it is. You know what it is. It's The Sizzle in the building. Ooh, baby, it's hot, hot fire, hot smoldering fire, hot Phoenix fire. We'll talk about that in a minute. Listen, I am G Sizzle. He is J Sizzle. You know what we've come to do, come to bring you all of the hottest pudding pie that you can have.
Wow, I didn't know Bill Cosby was going to show up today.
Well, just wanted to put it pop in, and then you put it in your mouth and you go, boop.
When's the last time have you seen the Tiffany Haddish, Ari Spears?
I'm not gonna do that with you again.
That is probably one of the most funniest comedy things I've ever seen. That's hilarious.
It was
Spears, Ari Spears, Tiffany Haddish, Bill Cosby. Google it. Hilarious.
Hilarity. But before you do any of that, remember, if you have not subscribed, liked, and shared The Sizzle, now is your time to do so. All you have to do is find us at Iron Skillet Sports. You can find us on any platform, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. We are there for you. Twitter, we're there for you. So look for Iron Skillet Sports and you can find The Sizzle. And let me tell you something. If you need us on the podcast, you can always listen to old shows and new shows. You can find us wherever you find your podcast. We are there. Yeah. We're Iron Skillet Sports. We're the best in the building, baby.
We are. And the thing about it is that we cover the breadth of local sports, high school sports, college sports, and the NBA, the NFL. We're talking some other sports. We just have literally a good time. If you want to sit down, we're a couple of guys you want to sit down with, have a cool one, whatever your cool one is, and we can sit back for a few and we can talk some sports. Come and join us, man. Be part of the crew, be part of the team. Come on out and hang out and tell your buddies, because everybody we know that gets the opportunity to listen to us, they say, man, you guys, I don't know where you guys been. I don't know why you're not bigger than what you are now, but we know eventually stuff's not made overnight, that we eventually will get there, but you can help us get there by punching that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and tell a friend.
That's right. And if you like any of the content, if you don't like the content, we're looking forward to seeing your comments down below. So just type in what you got to say. Hey, give us a thumbs up, give us a thumbs down, give us a round thumb. It doesn't matter. But you know what matters right now is it's time for the Sizzle's Hot 5 in 5. Oh, Jay, we got to run today, baby. The 2020 draft lottery. It went to number 1 pick to the Pistons. Like, I don't think anybody saw that one coming. That was one out of left field. The Motor City has the number 1 pick, and shame upon them for doing that to a young man in his prime. The Harlem Globetrotters are now petitioning the NBA to grant them an official franchise. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The Globetrotters want to be in the NBA, and they want to shake it and bake it into your living room, and they want to do the thing because they think they can win a title, I think.
As long as they're playing, what was that, the Kentucky Colonels, the Generals? Who did they play? I think they're like 701-1 or something like that. Something like that. As long as they're playing the Generals or the Colonels or Senators or whoever that was they're playing. But one time those guys actually won one game, though.
Mm-hmm. They say they can put it on any NBA team, and I wouldn't be opposed to seeing it. I just
if we're playing and one rules, you know what I'm saying, and you let Meadow Lark Lemon come out there with a bucket of water and his own whistle, and they can stand on each other's shoulders and dunk. If that's legal, then they got.
It's not legal, sir. Glaring WNBA players are left off the U.S. team's Olympic roster. Jay, we've got a lot of players, and in fact, got something brewing with the LA Sparks. We've got players who are saying they're not being put on the team, and no one knows why. There's a lot going on with this Olympic WNBA team with the ladies basketball. I don't know what's up.
We've seen it happen in the NBA. You saw the great one, Isaiah Thomas, get left off the original Dream Team. So if Isaiah can get left off, then you can get left off too. You only can take 12 of y'all. What y'all want to do?
Number 4 on the Hot 5 and 5, the Raiders' Carl Nassib has the NFL's top-selling jersey on Fanatics after coming out as being gay.
Can I take 1 minute on this one? Just 30 seconds.
I gave it. I lobbed this one up there for you. I put it right on it. I'm teeing this one for you. Go ahead, bro.
Okay. Now, whatever your sexual orientation is, that's up to you. I'm pretty sure that guys on his team and some NFL ball players knew that he was, I don't know what's the proper term now. We got to be PC. That he was homosexual, that he was gay or whatever. I just want to say this. Who cares? Okay? Can you get to the quarterback? Can you make tackles? That's the only thing that we're really concerned about. Your sexual orientation doesn't really mean anything to me. And it really shouldn't mean anything to you if you're watching. Who you want to love is who you want to love. That's up to you. Now, if you want to talk about religion and everything else, that's a whole nother story. We can get in on that. Everybody's going to weigh in on that. But in the long term of it, does this really make a difference on how you're going to participate and on the football field? I'm going to say no. And people say, "Oh, it's so brave of him to come out," but I'm sure his teammates do. And right now in this type of climate, people, it's not really that big. It's not earth shattering. It's just not earth shattering that a man says that he's gay and he plays major sports at the highest level. It's just not earth shattering. I don't see the big deal about it, to tell you the honest truth, because it doesn't really matter to me if you're gay or not. As long as you can get to the quarterback, that's the only thing that really matters.
There it is. And number 5 on the top 5 and 5, the Chicago Bulls in 2021. No pick for you. No soup for you, buddy. No pick for you since 2005. The Bulls will not have a first-round pick, but they have a pick swap in the second round. So they'll be the 6th
That's good for us.
In the second round. Okay.
Can't mess up a pick you don't have. So we see what they did with the last 3.
Everyone has to do their job. Do your job.
All right. So we're talking about the Bulls. We're talking about what's going on in the NBA.
Are we?
No, we're really not. No.
Do we have to talk about the Bulls? I don't think we should talk about it.
No. You know what? I like where we left it yesterday. Even if you had the pick, package it, get something else, go on about your day. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go do something. Get a young veteran in here, some way, shape, or form that could solidify that backcourt for you.
Right.
Get Zach LaVine some help, and let's build from there. Put Vucevic on at the 4, 5 to 5, and let's go out here and see if we can make any type of hay in the East. Because I still think at best you're the 5th best team in the East.
I don't even know if you're the 5th best team, but we'll go along with that. We'll go with your saying and say you're the 5th.
At best. At worst, they'll be out the playoffs again next year. And everybody makes the playoffs in the NBA now. Everybody makes it.
All right, so let's talk about what's really hot. Let's talk about what's really going on. In the NBA, you had the LA Clippers take on the Phoenix Suns in a 103-104 Phoenix last-second win. Debatable. Oh, he did. Was it basket interference? Oh, he was over the rim and he slammed it in. He slammed it. That's right. Deandre Ayton, slammer jammer. That just came up.
Oh, that was great. Way back in the day, man. Man, that was Houston Cougars, baby.
So if you can't call them slammer jammer, and big shout out to Nadi. I know you were slammer jammer. Can we call it Poker-Fi Pookie?
Wow. Watch if you say that in mixed company, sir.
Okay.
We just don't think that's going to go over well.
All right. Well, no Poker-Fi Pookie, but you can save.
See, this is what you get. late night sizzle. This what happened is that the silliness starts to come out, and now you just, it's just like,
the silliness came out already when you have your boy Cam, former Bull. Now let's talk about this for a second.
The business.
The Bulls need a what? They need a point guard. Okay.
Giving them the business.
So you had a cat, Cameron Payne, who played 37 minutes with, I'll do it in reverse. 1 rebound, 9 assists, and 29 points.
Giving them the business. He was giving them the business. He was giving them the business from the 3-point line. He was making up Globetrotter shots down in the paint. I mean, he underhand scoop shots. He was like calling it off the rim. You know what I'm saying? Like he was playing a game of horse. Look.
And he was the leading scorer in the game.
Hey, so excited for this guy. You know what I'm saying? Not that I was a campaign fan, but any guy who keeps it working, keeps it grinding, and then comes up on the biggest stage you could possibly come on, with the biggest lights that you possibly could have on, and he comes out there and holds it down, leads them. I mean, he led that ball club. When they needed a basket, it was campaign taking it to the rack. I mean, this guy just bought himself another 5-6 years in the league. He just bought himself 2 more contracts with this one game. You know what I'm saying? Hey, go get your Wraith now, sir. You go get your Rolls Royce. You can get out the Camry now. You can go get the Rolls Royce now because you got some contracts coming.
I wouldn't get out the Camry, Cam. Stay in the Camry. It's a great campaign. Cam's Camry campaign. It's amazing. We should really be in advertising. We would be great.
We should. Yeah.
But I'm just saying right now, Devin Booker, Deandre Ayton, the rest of their merry men without Chris Paul.
Yeah, really.
And hey, big shout out to a regional homeboy. We got to give a shout out because if you didn't know, and a lot of people don't know, Etwan Moore is on the Phoenix Suns, pride of EC Central. So
old school.
Look here, baby, old school, giving those young boys something that they can live
Still
by.
balling. Still came off the bench, man. Put down the pudding pop when they called and said, "We need you, baby." He came on out there. Play that old man defense, got in the way, got in the way, didn't jump too high, and he was scoring a couple of baskets. Right. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, man, I'm telling you right now, I like what I saw to Phoenix. Now, Jay, the biggest question is this just Phoenix holding court? Are they just doing what they should be doing? Or for the next 2-game series, when they go to LA, could they close this out?
Look, this is a team that is doing this because of Chris Paul. They believe these guys, who takes their cell phone to the court with them? Who does that? When they were leaving the court, Devin Booker has his cell phone out, FaceTiming Chris Paul. On the way off the court. That's how locked in they are to Chris Paul. That's how Chris Paul's got them locked in. Look at this Phoenix Suns before Chris Paul got there. Would they still be here? It's amazing that they're playing this well. Now, we also see a Clippers team that doesn't have Kawhi Leonard, but you have a preeminent all-star in Paul George. Now, you have to look at Paul George from what we said he was for a lot of years. Now we see down the stretch, he played his last ball game, he played well. He played well before, he played well. He didn't have a bad, even though his stat line wasn't huge, but he was putting them on their back and he was playing. Now, when it came down to those 2 free throws that he didn't want to have no parts of, at the end of that, he could have iced his game out. That just shows you why Paul George, even though he's a superstar, he's not a supernova star. You know what I'm saying? So it was one of these games, it was just like they said, it was Ali Frazier going back and forth, hitting each other with haymakers, knocking each other out. When they needed big plays from everybody. Because look who was really giving them big plays. You had Jackson from the Clippers hitting big shots down the line. You had DA just took over the ball game in the paint. He was nasty. You had what was that kid? What was the guy from the Clippers that was balling them out, hitting the I can't think of his name. Not Crowdway. I want to say Crowdway, but Crowdway. I can't think of his name right now.
Luke
Kennard. Luke Kennard was balling at him.
Zubac. They were
Zubac. Hey, Zubac should have got the ball more often. I don't know why they weren't feeding Zubac, because nobody can deal with Zubac down in the paint. He was big bodying him up down there, and they just kept feeding him the basketball. And then you had the wild one out there headbutting people. You know what I'm saying? Patrick Beverly was just out there WWF. You know what I'm saying? Giving them a headbutt, hitting people with the claw. And was that the greatest fake ever? That one that smack across the face he took and he went down like he was playing in the EuroLeague 2020 Super Championship in soccer. He just went down like somebody shot him. So kudos to the Suns, man. Oh, there you go. No shot?
Oh, they got me on the court, ref. Oh no.
But hey,
slap me.
The pesky defense out there, he was balling. He was giving Devin Booker all that he wanted. And you saw Devin Booker did not have a big night tonight. What, he had 20 points tonight, something like that?
Yeah, 20 points tonight.
Yeah,
in fact, I'm trying to think now, since we're talking about Devin Booker, whose line was pedestrian, but it was 25 and 4. But here's the thing. Your man Boogie.
Why they keep running Boogie out there?
I don't know. So your man Boogie shoves Devin Booker on the last play, pushes him out of bounds. Does he get a technical? Does he get a retro tech for game 3?
You can't get a technical after the game, can you? But you can get fined for that.
Hey man,
but here's my whole
you can get an extra tech anytime.
Right. But here's the problem though, right? Why? First thing, why? Why? The funniest part about the whole game to me was they put that crew out there, the zombies, the guys who couldn't run, and then at the end of the game when they needed the basket, they had to put all the zombies back out there. They look like Michael Jackson in Thriller. All the people were coming out there. You're talking about the non-rhythm nation that they had on the floor all at the same time. They couldn't have hit a basket out there if it was one of them child baskets that you get with your 3-year-old out there. Them guys couldn't put that ball in that basket because that was a bad crew where they had to go figure out. And kudos to Ty Lue trying to sneak people on the court. As they were taking other people off the court, he was sneaking them back on the court on the other side. So no, Reggie Jackson was in the ball game. No, he wasn't. You know.
So I remember if I saw him. No, he was there. You just didn't remember. Well, Jay, here's my thing. I got a thing. Yeah. I got a very simple system now. It's a simple rating system. And it goes across all sports at this point. In my rating system, you only have 3 designations. You're either, number 1, serviceable, number 2, good, number 3, great. Now, those are my 3. I think I made it so that it's very clear so that we work with this and we get an understanding of what it is. So let me give an example. All right. Patrick Williams for the Bulls is serviceable. He is an NBA player. He's made it into the league. He is serviceable. Zach LaVine is good. He's not great. He's good. Michael Jordan is great. See how very simple that is? It's a very simple system. And somewhere in that triumvirate, you have to start fitting people in. So the question is, now, are we seeing a great Devin Booker or a good Devin Booker? Are we seeing a good Deandre Ayton or a great Deandre Ayton? Are we seeing a good Paul George or a serviceable Paul George? See, these are all the questions now that we have to ask and answer. And I don't think we can ask and answer all of them right now, but yeah, good, great, good, serviceable. I like it. That's what I'm gonna go with.
Okay.
Yeah,
that works for that works for you. I think I'll take a number of guys past good though, but they're not great. I put Devin Booker past good, but not great.
Okay, so if you're past good but not great, what are you?
You're
gooder.
Let's see. You know what? You're excellent. Let's throw that one in.
Nope. Now I'm not giving them more superlatives.
Let's throw that one in there. If you pass good, you're excellent, but you're not great.
Well, you can be good with a excellent game.
Well, now we're see, this is the teacher part of you that's coming in now. Now you're gonna tell me when I need to put a semicolon in, and I can't use a double negative. That's what's about to happen right now.
Yes, you cannot use a double negative. Like,
I mean, you look at these young guys, Devin Booker, Deandre. You look at these guys right here. I think these are pillars of your basketball team. You can build around that, and I think that's where you have to categorize these type of ball players. The Devin Booker, DeAndre, these are pillars. Your Cameron Payne are good. Okay.
Are they good or are they serviceable?
He was good tonight. Okay. And he was good when you needed him, and that's all I need you to be is good. What's that song? Just be good to me. I don't care what you do to the other girls. Just be good to me. Be good to me when you with me. And Cam Payne was good to the Phoenix Suns. Now we did not see that out of him with the Chicago Bulls, but again, we see a lot of people leave the Chicago Bulls and they go play in the playoffs. We see a number of guys leave out of here and they go do well.
You know what? You've never seen one really win a championship. That goes back to Jerry Krause's statement about Elton Brand. I'm not too worried about Elton Brand because Elton Brand isn't the type of player that you're going to win a championship as the main call.
Well, okay. First thing is first. Jerry Krause, you got lucky, okay, that Michael Jordan fell to you. You got lucky. That's number one. Because the Bulls were going nowhere before Jordan. Do you remember those pre-Jordan Bulls? Do you remember those guys? They weren't going anywhere.
I told you, Reggie Theus, and I think really, and no disrespect intended, I think that Zach LaVine's dad really is Reggie Theus.
It's possible. I think a lot of these players have Reggie Theus as their dad. That's a very possibility because Reggie was spreading love. But those Chicago Bulls teams were not perennial teams before Michael Jordan got there.
Right.
And you remember for the first 3 years that Michael Jordan was there, he had to pull the Bulls literally up to start winning ball games. They were bad when Michael Jordan was there those first 3 years. It took a while to turn it around. It took a while to get Scottie Pippen going. It took a while to get Horace Grant and those guys in here. It took a while to build this team up to where it was. It took a while to get John Paxson up in here ready to go. It took a while to build a ball club. So I don't want to hear about Jerry Krause. I don't want to hear about Jerry Krause talking about, it's organizations win ball games. Organizations pick the players, but the players got to play. And had you not been lucky and Michael Jordan fell to you, we wouldn't be talking about all these the Bulls having 6 championships. You know what I'm saying? The Bulls could have been Cleveland easily because the Bulls, that franchise was bad. And so now you still need players to play.
Shout out to Cleveland. Somehow, I don't know how you keep getting top draft picks. I don't know what you're doing.
Look what happened. But look what happens. That's because you're bad.
Yeah, they all suck.
Because you're bad.
You were very fortunate to get a LeBron James. I don't know how. But
what I know.
Yeah.
But you're a bad team. That's the greatness of LeBron to pick that team up, to be able to go back and pick that team up and take them to that championship. That's the greatness of LeBron James.
Jordan.
But Cleveland, you keep getting these guys, these high draft picks because your team is terrible.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then now you have these bunch of nucleus of young guys, but you don't have the veteran support that you need, and you haven't built a ball club yet that a veteran goes, hey, I can go win with that team. Like a Paul George, like a Kevin Durant, like a Kyrie Irving, who will say, okay, I can go win with that ball club. That's why we were all going like, when none of these big free agents were trying to come to the Chicago Bulls.
Right.
Not one. They weren't even on the there was no rumor whatsoever that they were trying to come and play for Chicago. So that just tells you how this franchise is looked at. And I think because they didn't take care of Scottie Pippen like they should have, I think that's biting them in the behind 20 years later.
Yeah.
And they should have took care of Scottie. They should have tore up that contract and got Scottie paid. Even though in the documentary they were talking about, I told him not to sign it. You should have tore it up and paid Scottie, because you won then, but you're losing now. Just because every free agent out here knows this is a place that you come to die.
I don't even know if it's just Scottie anymore. I mean, you've got the Derrick Rose era of what happened with them, with Luau, with Joakim, with Derrick, with Taj. I mean, it has been. This isn't new. I mean, Luau was saying he was going to die, and the doctors told him, "Go on out there. You can play. You're okay." It's a lot of bad juju that's still roaming around in the madhouse. It's a lot of bad juju, and it starts up top. And it's one of those things that obviously either no one likes Zach LaVine or he has nobody's phone number in his phone, because he can't get anybody to come here and play with him. No, nobody.
I don't think that's the case. I just think that's the case that people are sending him. What are those things you can send? People don't know what you can send a little. I forgot, little TikTok or whatever. They're like sending him a TikTok. Get out. You know what I'm saying? Leave. Get out. He needs to go. He don't need to sign another contract in Chicago. He needs to go. He needs to ride this out, and he needs to get up out of here.
I know one place he could go. He could go, two places he could probably go. He could go to Milwaukee or he could go to Atlanta. So, Jay, a new series is getting ready to start. Atlanta and Milwaukee. I don't know if they even want Zach LaVine, but you could go there. No, I don't think.
Yeah, I think Atlanta gets beat down in this one, though. I think I don't think they have a real shot against the Bucks.
You don't? You don't think that?
I think the Cinderella story comes to an end.
You don't think that Trae Young can have a horrible game until the fourth quarter and then pull it out against Yanni in the Buckies?
No, because Giannis is going to start the fight in the hallway, and those guys they look like Detroit, don't they? Don't they look? Don't they look like Malone Mahorn? Don't they look like Mahorn?
Lambeer.
And who's the other guy? I can't think of his name right now.
Well, there was Pippen,
Lambeer, and Mahorn, and there was one more. God, what is his name? There was one more.
Our frat brother, John Sally, but it was somebody else.
But there was another goon. There was another goon.
Yeah, somebody I'm missing. Detroit they did have. They had. I mean, even with Isaiah, with Zeke and they would beat you. And it's funny that championship team then with Chauncey Billups and Rip, they weren't as thuggish, but they were strong, and you were afraid. It was Rasheed, Ben Wallace, Rip, Chauncey, Tayshaun Prince. Man, that team, they were scary. They were scary. Them boys would come down and you just be like,
bad boys.
I don't think I want
bad boys. That was a squad you didn't want no parts of. And this is what Michael Jordan had to deal with. What is his name?
So are you saying then that Milwaukee is just going to mollywop the Atlanta faithful with their MLK jerseys on? You can't beat a team with a Martin Luther King jersey. I'm just telling you.
I think Martin Luther King is going to come out and say, I have been to the mountaintop and y'all not going to get there. I have seen the promised land, and the people from Milwaukee is not going to let you get over there. No,
here's the problem I'm having with them is, okay, so let's say Trae Young does the Trae Young thing. Let's say you can say no one on Milwaukee can guard him, which
Who's
is not
guarding
true.
Giannis? Who's guarding Giannis?
Well, there's the other part of this. Who on Atlanta can guard Giannis?
Right. Pretty boy Magic. I mean, Trey is one of those guys who can get his. Don't get me wrong. He can get his. But Giannis takes his.
Yeah.
That if he ever develops a jump shot, ever in his life develop a jump shot, then it's going to be lights out. But his jump shot looks like his free throws and it's broke. Uh-oh. I got to plug back up here, bro. I got disconnected here. Hold on a second. Wait a minute. There we go. I got all excited.
Okay.
But
maybe that's what's going to happen to Atlanta. Between Collins and Capella, I think they're going to get too excited and get unplugged. And yeah, you're right. This could be a sweep. Now I give them one game. I give Milwaukee that obligatory. We didn't feel like playing a night game, and then it's just going to be Giannis all on top of people's heads. I think it's going to be.
Yeah, it's going to be. Yeah, and he's on a mission now. Giannis is on a real mission now. He doesn't have to try to go through LeBron. Those teams on the West, the guys who could battle with him are not quick enough to stay with him on the perimeter. The guys who can stay with him on the perimeter are not strong enough to keep him out the paint. So this is the guy who's just going to live in the paint, and he's going to big boy you all night long. And there's nobody to switch out on him and stop him. I don't know. And then you have these tough guys out. He's playing with tough guys, Middleton and them, Tucker. These are just tough guys out here battling.
Wait. How dare you not mention Bobby Portis?
Okay.
How you gonna say you can't just not say tough guys and not mention Bobby Portis? Bobby Portis is the only person we know that then put hands on somebody and laid them out. Now I don't mean just laid my man out for weeks. Gone. There, take that. Don't practice like that again with me.
Yeah, but who is Bobby Portis gonna punch on the Bucks? Which one?
Those are his teammates. He wouldn't punch them.
Again, which one is he gonna punch? Okay. Did he punch a teammate?
Yes, he did.
Okay, and what was that teammate's name?
A guy that we won't talk about. I tell you who can punch. He can punch DiVincenzo. Yeah, he can punch him.
You better watch out.
You get injured. I'll punch you.
That's a tough guy out there. That guy balls out over there.
I wonder, could he punch Chris Middleton? Just like in practice, like take that.
Oh no, he ain't gonna punch Chris Middleton. I guarantee he ain't gonna do that. I guarantee he's not gonna punch Chris Middleton. No.
Well, he's not gonna punch Brooke Lopez.
No, Brooke Lopez is gonna jack him up and talk Espanoli to him.
He's not Spanish.
He's still gonna talk Espanoli to him.
Okay, that's it. That's it. I'm just saying. That's it. Okay. No.
Look out, dude.
What is this? Now we've come to the end of this foolishness. So we're saying already Atlanta for the sweep. I mean, Atlanta gets swept. I'm sorry.
I think this is a beatdown coming for Atlanta. I really do. I just don't see him pulling it together unless something really goes sideways for the Bucks, somehow, way, shape, or. But if they're in full strength, full throat, I just don't think Atlanta can be physical enough with them, and I don't think that quickness is going to trump this violence that they're about to get engaged with, because they're letting them play. You saw this game, you had headbutts going on, people getting suplexed out there, all types of stuff is happening. You know what I'm saying? This was a battle. This game at night, Paul George doing arm drags and taking people down to the ground. I mean, this is a battle. This was a battle.
So, do the Clippers hold serve when they get back to LA? Do you think they pull those 2 games out?
Absolutely not, because CP3 comes back. Now you're going to see this Suns team go up by double digits. I mean, look how frenetic it got today. And they were just by the skin of their teeth they were hanging on. I mean, you had campaign going buck wild, and nobody was reining them in. I mean, literally, he was out there just like, I'm going to the basket, I'm going. You know what I'm saying? And I'm shooting the shot, shoot the three. You know what I'm saying? He was out there like he was Prince. You know what I'm saying?
They went over to Monty and was like, "Do you know he's doing that?" He's like, "Man, I tried to stop him."
Monty was in there, run computer blue, run darling picky. You know what I'm saying? Cameron Payne was he was just coming off. He was just coming off. Cameron Payne, that jump shot, man. Wait a minute, he's sideways. How is he shooting that thing? He looks like he's about to pick daisies. He's completely sideways to the basket. He's got that thing cocked back and he's just letting it fly. He's just letting it fly.
That's all he was saying was but you know what?
Then he just coming up hollering.
Every time he shot the ball.
He was surprised himself it was going in. He was like,
oh, yeah.
What?
He shot the ball and was like,
You like that? You like that?
Oh,
dude, he don't even have an apartment there. He's living at a Days Inn. You know?
Okay. That's it. It's over. We're done. It's no more. I can't. Nope. No.
Oh, they gave him a gift card to Stuckey's. You know?
Okay.
Like, here's your per diem. Oh, Jesus. They gave him a newspaper with all the coupon clippings in there.
Okay,
you know,
that's it.
They got the 2 for $5s. All right, I'm good. And I love it. This guy's earned himself a couple more contracts with a game like tonight, man. I love guys like this. And all the people that said, with the chick, when he went back down to the G League, she's like, oh, he ain't gonna make it, girl. Let me go out here and see if I can find me somebody else.
A real baller.
You know that's how they go, you know.
Well, hey, man, I think I'm becoming a Phoenix fan somehow, as crazy as it sounds. Like Suns are doing it. Yeah, I'm waiting.
And then when CP3 comes back, now it's a whole different ball game because he has all these young guys who are literally leaning on every word that he says, hanging on every word, and he has them believing. Look at tonight. He has them believing. I mean, because you saw a pedestrian Devin Booker tonight. I mean, he was trying to attack, but Patrick Beverly really did a good job at getting in his head and beating him up a little bit. And you just had a guy who they never thought was going to do it to him, just did it to him. They probably were over there looking about, hey, man, who was that? Who? Dude, I think his name, they was on the roster down there looking at the roster talking about, that's Cameron Payne. No, it ain't, man. He's still in the G League. No, that's Cameron Payne, for real. You know what I'm saying? Cameron Payne couldn't even believe it.
That was Senior Major Payne. He was giving it to you.
Give him the business. He was giving him the business in every which way. So I'm happy for him.
It to you. And all I can say is, man, we appreciate good NBA basketball around here.
Oh, wasn't it great?
More importantly, you know what it is. You know who it is. It's the Sizzle here on Iron Skillet Radio and Iron Skillet Television. Before we get out of here, let's remind you again, if you have not liked, subscribed, and shared, please feel free to do so. Hit the button down at the thing. And once you push the thing, you'll hear the ding. And once you hear the ding, it's time for you to do the thing.
Wow. Do the thing.
Do it.
I helped.
That's right. So you know what it is. You know who it is. It's the Sizzle in the building, baby, here on Iron Skillet Radio, Iron Skillet Television. We are the hottest talk in the 219. We are the hottest talk in the region, and we will see you, my friend, on the other side.
Make sure that you follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Iron Skillet Sports. And remember to like, share, and subscribe to Iron Skillet Sports on YouTube at Iron Skillet Sports.